People often think that the loudest voices and the most obvious displays are more attractive. However, the art of silent attractiveness is still very powerful and often overlooked. Many people struggle to be noticed and appreciated without making big moves or constantly promoting themselves. This common problem makes us wonder how to improve our social skills in a quiet but effective way. One answer is to learn about Stoicism, an old philosophy that teaches the virtue of restraint and the strength of quiet dignity. Stoicism gives us timeless advice on how to create a magnetic real presence that doesn't need to shout to be felt. It teaches us that real attractiveness comes from having deep-seated confidence, well-developed character, and a way of life that values depth over show. This book talks about 10 smart ways to show this kind of silent attractiveness, such as improving your body language, expressing yourself through fashion, being funny, and showing kindness. Each strategy is meant to improve how others see you in a subtle but important way. These methods don't require you to change who you are. Instead, they bring out the best in you in ways that speak volumes without a word. And now for a challenge. Don't miss a single moment of this meaningful submission today. Not only will this help us keep making useful content, but it will also be the start of your personal growth path as you take in each point and think about how incorporating these small but powerful changes can change how you connect with others and make you more socially attractive. Are you ready to learn more about the deep wisdom of Stoicism? Please leave a comment. If you're ready to begin your journey, don't share everything about yourself in the web of human interactions. Philosopher Socrates said that mystery is both a shield and a gentle magnet. Marcus Aurelius, a humble emperor, said, "Be like the promontory. The waves keep breaking against it, but it stands firm and calms the stormy water around it." This metaphor does a great job of capturing the Stoic attitude to sharing personal information. Stay true to who you are and let the surface things go around you without giving it all away. Stoics believe that keeping some things about yourself hidden is a form of self-mastery. This strategy, called reserve, is not about putting up walls, but about keeping an inner sanctuary that is not easily disturbed by outside views. It's about keeping things under control. What your life story says. Sharing selectively earns you respect and sparks interest. This selective sharing increases your allure and invites others to connect more deeply rather than casually. Think of a real-life example from modern corporate leaders. Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook, talks a lot about the power of vulnerability, but she also keeps a strategic reserve that keeps her professional authority. She is the perfect example of measured transparency, showing her weaknesses in a way that doesn't make her less of a leader. This selective disclosure also helps her reputation, makes links stronger. When people know they are only seeing parts of your story, they respect your character's complexity more. They are drawn to the stability and depth that your self-control suggests. Having the calm of a Stoic sage in the midst of the chaos of the world, if you adopt this Stoic approach, you not only protect your peace, you also boost your social appeal, making people want to learn more about you like they would read a well-written book, one page at a time. Number 2. Express yourself through style. Have you ever looked at every item of clothes in your closet? It might seem like Stoicism, which is about inner growth, has nothing to do with fashion, but Marcus Aurelius once said that the beauty of the body is a type of beauty that is more superficial than that which comes from the condition of the soul. This makes us think about how our choices on the outside can reflect the depth of our inner state. Expressing yourself through fashion is more than just vanity. It's a way to show your values and personality without saying a word. It shows a deliberate choice that reflects the Stoic value of having a real and intentional life. When you pick out an outfit, Think of it as a chance to match your outward self with your inner beliefs. Functionality and simplicity, being humble or even brave. All of these things can show how strong you are. Think about how a well-chosen item or an outfit that is meant to be simple can say a lot about how much you value self-control and purpose. This isn't just fashion, it's a mindset that's worn on the outside. Each item was picked out not for its looks, but for its story and meaning. These choices are in line with the strong desire to be real and intentional. Turning the clothes you wear every day into a way to share your ideas. If your clothes could talk, what would they say about your journey and the values you hold dear? Would they show that you value practicality, natural fabrics, or a color palette that honors the somber beauty of nature? The choices you make about your style can become a sign of a life lived on purpose according to Stoic virtues. When you go shopping next, I want you to think about this. Does your closet reflect your values? How do the clothes you wear show what you believe in? Feel free to share your thoughts and reflections in the sections below. Encourage each other to show our inner virtues by making every piece of clothing a statement of our unwavering dedication to living a Stoic life. 3. Embrace authenticity. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the idea that one should align their actions with their inner values. Epicurus famously said, "Don't just say you've read books, show that they have taught you to think better and make you a more thoughtful and critical person." In a world where social personas are often curated and surface level, this call to authentic living pushes us to show our real selves in every part of our lives. How can you be sure that what you do matches your true thoughts and beliefs? Stoicism tells us that our thoughts, words, and actions should all be true to who we are, so that our persona stays the same even when society puts pressure on us. Being the same person in public and in private is very appealing, because it's not often that people who value the real qualities you show come along. This is true whether those qualities are honesty, passion, integrity, or sincerity. This can be very freeing. Have you ever felt like being your true self made a friendship stronger or opened up new ones? New chances to think about how being real has changed the way you connect with others. To be real, one must regularly think about themselves. This Stoic practice not only helps you understand yourself better, but it also helps you make choices that are in line with your core values. It takes courage to be yourself in a world that often rewards conformity. To be truly authentic, remember that it's not just about being honest with other people. It's also about being honest with yourself. As you go through life, ask yourself, are my actions truly reflecting my beliefs? This is not just a question, it's a call to action and a reminder that the purest form of attractiveness comes from a life lived honestly. Nonverbal communication has a quiet power that can change how people think and what happens, often more deeply than words can. This silent language includes things like body language, facial expressions, gestures, and even the distance between people talking to each other. Mastering these cues can make a big difference in how others see and understand us. Let's learn more about this idea in our next focus. Number 4. Improve nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication includes a deep but silent conversation that goes on in every encounter. The Stoics, who stressed self-control and awareness, knew how powerful these silent signals could be. Once said that Seneca, even when someone is silent, their body language is still being read by those around them. By improving our nonverbal cues, we can often have a bigger effect on how others see and react to us than just what we say. Facial expressions are probably the most immediate and powerful form of nonverbal communication. A nice smile, a furrowed face, or a subtle frown can say a lot of different things, often without using words. How many times has a simple smile made you feel better or helped you understand someone better? Tension because of a serious look. These facial expressions are universal signals that can help people understand or misunderstand each other, based on how they are read. Gestures also play a big part. For example, a nod can mean agree or pause or attention. These body language cues help us make our points clear and show seriousness or urgency, but differences in how people from different cultures use their bodies can cause misunderstandings, bringing up how important it is to be culturally aware when improving our behavioral skills. Also, your posture and stance can tell a lot about you. An open stance or a straight posture can show confidence and an openness that invites conversation, while crossed arms or a slouched posture can show boredom or defensiveness. What do you do when you have to stand or sit during important talks? Thinking about and changing your posture can have a huge impact on how you connect with others. Think about how leaders are often rated not only on the choices they make, but also on how they act in a crisis. When things get tough, a leader's calm body language shows that they are in charge and can be trusted. Adding to Stoic grit, people are often seen as more charismatic and approachable when they use controlled and thoughtful gestures in everyday life. By improving our nonverbal communication, we not only become better communicators, but also more empathetic and effective in our interactions. By getting better at reading and using these silent cues, we make a deeper connection with those around us, making it possible for connections to be deeper and more useful. Fifth, be polite. Before you criticize someone, ask yourself this question: which of my flaws is most like the one I'm about to criticize? This question from the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius makes us think about our own behavior before judging others. It shows how important it is to be self-aware and kind in our interactions, which are the building blocks of excellent manners. In a culture full of snap judgments and sharp responses, using consistent mindful manners can be a life-changing strategy. As an example, former US President Barack Obama is known for being calm and respectful. Despite the high pressures of being president, Obama always showed politeness and consideration in his interactions, which not only made him more likable, but also set a standard for diplomatic behavior around the world. Obama's approach shows how deep-seated etiquette can raise a person's status and influence in any setting. Why is it that people who are polite leave the most lasting impressions? How can following some of Obama's ways of being polite and respectful make your interactions and disagreements better? Today, think about these questions, and please share your ideas or personal stories in the sections below. Being polite isn't just an old set of rules, it's a strategy for building relationships and communicating effectively. When you treat others with respect and attention, you set yourself apart in a world where common courtesy is often overlooked. Your dedication to etiquette not only improves your personal interactions, but it also sets a standard that can positively affect others. As we go about our daily lives, let us remember that the quiet strength of politeness is a profound force for change and connection before we move on to the sixth strategy. I'd like to thank you for coming with me to this stop. Your presence here shows how determined you are to practice and implement Stoic strategies to become more valuable. Now let's move on to the last 5 strategies on this journey. Number 6, develop cultural literacy. How can understanding the rich tapestry of world cultures help us connect with others? Cultural literacy isn't just noticing differences. It's also about truly understanding and appreciating the different ways people live and think around the world. Encourages empathy and respect, which are important in both personal and professional interactions. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was a slave before he was freed, often talked about how important it is to understand and adapt to one's surroundings. He taught that if you want to be a writer, you have to write. This can also be applied to cultural literacy. If you want to understand another culture, you have to immerse yourself in it. Epictetus's experiences and teachings show how important it is to interact directly with different cultures in order to fully understand their subtleties. Why does this matter in today's interconnected world? Because globalization brings us closer together. The ability to negotiate and deal with cultural differences can make or break international partnerships. It also creates new opportunities and is key to avoiding misunderstandings that can come up because of cultural differences. To do this, people should actively seek to learn about other cultures through books, movies, travel, and conversations. As our cultural literacy grows, we gain the skills to deal more effectively and kindly with people from all walks of life. This not only makes our personal experiences better, but it also makes us better at our jobs in a globalized economy. Having a better understanding of other cultures can change how you talk to people from other places and make you more appealing as a flexible and wise person. Think about this as you make plans to learn more about other cultures. Number 7. Use scent to spark intrigue. Use scent to spark intrigue. This approach emphasizes the strong but often overlooked impact that smell has on interactions and first impressions, while Stoicism focuses on inner virtues. Epictetus tells us that we shouldn't ignore how we look on the outside. Know who you are first, and then what you want to say. Adorn yourself accordingly. This advice perfectly encapsulates the idea of using fragrance as a deliberate and thoughtful extension of one's personality. Smell has an undeniable power to evoke emotions and memories, making lasting impressions that often go beyond words or images. For example, Coco Chanel famously said, "A woman who doesn't wear perfume has no future." Chanel No. 5, which is probably the most famous perfume in history, was made by her and is still seen as a sign of sophistication and elegance around the world. It shows how a person's choice of smell can say a lot about who they are and what they like. How does your scent smell? Choose a scent that reflects your personal or professional values. Are you projecting a sense of freshness and vigor with citrus notes, or an air of mystery and depth with musky undertones? Think about the senses you enjoy and what they might be saying to those around you. Try using this form of nonverbal communication at your next business meeting or social event. Try out scents that match parts of your personality you want to bring out. Notice how different senses affect interactions and perceptions. Do people stay longer, look more interested, or comment on how confident you seem? Picking the right scent can be a minor but effective way to add interest and improve your personal story. It lets people into your space and lets them explore your personality through your smell. I think this physical dimension should be an important part of your social strategy because it can make your interactions more interesting and leave a lasting impression on the people you meet. Number 8. In order to be socially attractive, you should show compassion and understanding. Being compassionate and empathetic is not only the right thing to do, it can also change people. These traits come from Stoic thought and remind us of Marcus Aurelius's counsel. When you're about to criticize someone, ask yourself this: what mistake do I make that is most like the one I'm about to attack in this self-reflective stance? Helps people understand and connect with each other deeply, bringing together different feelings and events. When you have empathy, you put yourself in someone else's shoes, see things from their point of view, and feel what they're feeling. When you have compassion, you not only understand someone else's pain, but you also try to make it better. These are not passive traits, they are active commitments to the welfare of others that reflect the Stoic ideal of contributing positively to the community. In practice, these virtues make someone irresistibly attractive because they embody a rare selflessness that brings people closer together and fosters deeper relationships. Ties that matter more. Think about a time when someone's empathy made a big difference in your life. It could have been a friend who listened carefully without passing judgment during a tough time, or a leader who acted quickly to solve a community problem while showing empathy. These interactions probably made you respect and love that person even more. How can you improve these traits in the way you connect with others? Start by paying more attention when others are talking and saying less. Offer to help when it's needed without expecting anything in return. By doing this, you will not only improve your own character, but you will also become a source of warmth and understanding in your social circle. Please let us know what you think about this. Have you used compassion and understanding in your daily life? If so, please share your thoughts in the section number 9, Take Care of Yourself. Taking care of yourself is an important part of living a full and beautiful life. The Stoic principle, which was stated by Epicurus, that no man is free who is not master of himself, shows how important it is to be in charge of your own life through self-care. This includes not only body health, but also mental and social health, indicating that a person lives a balanced life. Self-care is an act of self-respect that shows others that you care about your own health and happiness. This public display of self-respect can be very attractive to others because it shows that the person is committed to staying their best selves. Take Oprah Winfrey as an example. She has talked about her personal health and mental issues in public. Wellness Journeys has inspired millions of people. Her willingness to talk about and take care of her health in an open way shows strength and truthfulness, which makes her more attractive and influential. Think about an example of good self-care that you've seen in action. It could have been a co-worker who always seemed involved and energized because they made sure they got enough sleep and ate well, or a friend whose mental and emotional health was kept up by regular therapy and meditation. What can you do to improve the way you take care of yourself? Whether it's improving your food, getting more exercise, or taking time for mental health, self-care in all of its forms makes a person more alive and attractive. Self-care makes your life better, and also makes it better for others to see and interact with you. It supports the Stoic idea that personal well-being is important, not only for oneself, but also for all social relations. Number 10. Accept that comedy can bring people together. Laughter is a timeless strategy that not only improves social interactions, but also fits with Stoic resilience because it lowers stress and builds trust. It also helps us approach tough situations with a lighter heart and a more open mind. The Stoics, who included Serena, often talked about comedy as a way to make life easier, showing that laughing can be a way to practice philosophy. He wrote that it is better for a man to laugh at life than to be sad about it. This suggests that finding humor in everyday life is not only therapeutic, but also a reflection of deep wisdom and understanding. For example, leaders who use humor well seem more approachable and relatable, and their ability to bring humor into serious situations can change an atmosphere, making it easier for people to work together and be creative. Besides that, humor shows a level of human understanding and intelligence that is very attractive. It shows how well someone can see irony. Accept that life is unpredictable and connect with others on a level that is generally human. Think about times when someone's funny take on a tough situation, made it easier to handle, or helped you see it in a new way. What role does humor play in the way you talk to people? Do you find that laughing with other people changes the way you talk or interact with them? Think about the power of humor in your life and how careful use of it can improve your social interactions. After reaching 10 milestones on our path to Stoic self-discovery, we have reached the finish line. Today, by embracing the 10 Stoic strategies to become silently attractive, we discover the subtle yet powerful ways to improve our presence and deepen our connections. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Let this wisdom guide you as you improve your demeanor, show empathy, and be authentic. Follow these rules consistently to not only look more attractive, but also to improve the quality of every relationship in your life. Start today, because in the quiet demonstration of virtue lies the loudest form of attraction. If you think this conversation was deep and helpful, please click the like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. Also, don't forget to share these deep philosophical ideas with everyone you know. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe to get more deep lessons in Stoicism to help you grow. We'll see you in the next video.